start. Thank you. I just want to start with saying thank you, each and every one of you, for coming here and helping me with this my awesome project.
Is that already recorded?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I don't really plan a big speech, so I just say let's just get into it without further ado. Jelltown, episode 1, Bottom of the River. Lily, take it away.
Cold open. Exterior. Intramural sports field, night. Marcus, 19, practices his swings in the baseball field. Eric, 20, pitches the ball, and Marcus whiffs as the ball passes by.
Strike one, Sandman.
Shut up, just pitch.
Marcus throws the ball back. Eric winds up and pitches. Marcus whiffs again.
Strike two. Don't be going limp on me now.
Man, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna knock this next one in your fucking teeth.
Do it then, pussy.
Marcus throws Eric the ball back. Eric winds up and Marcus hits the grand slam, almost landing in the river. Marcus tosses his bat in celebration.
Woo! How about that, then, bitch?
All right. I knew if I egged you on enough, you'd at least get one hit in.
Man, fuck you.
Want me to go get it?
No, man, I got it.
Marcus heads off with the ball landed. Eric's phone rings. He answers.
Yep. Oh, hey, Mom. Yeah, just getting some practice in with Marcus. No, it's fine. Don't even hide.
As Eric talks on the phone, out of his sight, Marcus clocks the ball on the ground and grabs it, but catches a glance at the blonde girl smiling at him.
No, we're not gonna get murdered. Yes, I know how many killers Dad got. You relax, we're fine.
The blonde girl waves at Marcus. He waves back. Her eyes glow green and signals him to come closer. Marcus follows her command, dropping the baseball and stumbling toward her direction.
Okay, I gotta go. Love you too. Bye.
Eric hangs up the phone.
Yo, Marcus, fuck's taking you?
Eric turns around and doesn't see Marcus anywhere.
Marcus?
Eric clocks the baseball on the ground.
What the fuck?
He looks around, and Marcus is nowhere in sight. He calls another number.
Dad, Marcus is missing.
Exterior, Spring Lake, night. The blonde girl brings Marcus through the woods to the river. They both stop before getting in the water. She turns to him and flashes a smile.
I didn't catch your name.
She takes off her shirt, then her jean shorts, and everything else. She walks into the water and signals him to join.
Yo, you can worry about that shit later.
Marcus rips off his clothes, stumbling over his own jeans until he's buck-ass naked and tosses them on the ground. He hurries into the water and wades next to her.
Now, where were we?
The girl nods to move out into the water and swims away. Marcus swims to catch up until they're in the middle of the lake.
Ooh, it's a little deep out here, don't you think?
The girl wraps her fingers around his neck.
Not that I can't go deep.
She kisses him. They make out more. She bites his lips hard.
Ow, what the?
The girl's eyes glow green, then black. Her skin changes white to sea green from flesh to scales. More creatures emerge from the water and swiftly jerk him downward into the lake. The bubbles disappear. The water is still, and a train whistle drowns out the night. End cold open. Act 1. Exterior, the midnight zone. Dream. Midnight. A 12-year-old boy sinks into the water. He flails to reach the surface, but his strength leaves and his vision fades. In the water, he sees a bulb of light. He swims toward the light until it reels up and reveals an eldritch anglerfish. The boy sees a dark ichor pool out of its eye sockets as it flashes in flares of jagged teeth. The boy swims away, but the anglerfish catches him and swallows him whole with one swift bite. Interior, apartment bedroom, morning. Dante, 18, jolts up from his nightmare. His alarm on his phone buzzes. He turns it off, clearing his home screen with a picture of him and his friends, one of them being Marcus. His cat, Dax, nuzzles up against Dante to soothe him. Dante strokes the fur and calms down. He rolls out of bed and carries Dax with him. Interior apartment kitchen, morning. Dante grabs a tin of cat food from the pantry and scoops it out on a cat dish. Then he pours himself a bowl of cereal and eats it dry. Zion, 19, enters from his bedroom across from Dante's room.
Any word from Marcus yet?
Nope.
He grabs an orange from the fridge and squeezes the juice from it into a glass.
Where's Eric?
Up to work out, I think.
Is he alright?
I don't know. Still seems pretty to you,
A cockroach scurries across the table, and Dante grabs his slide and squashes it. Eric enters from the front door.
Have y'all heard anything from him?
Dante and Zion shake their heads.
Fuck.
Eric sits down by the counter and slumps.
You heard from your dad again?
They haven't found anything yet.
We searched all over. Where the hell else could he be?
Ezekiel 34:16. I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. God will guide Marcus home. You know him.
Yeah, well, God only knows where Marcus isn't all that comforting right now.
Dude.
Sorry.
Let's change the subject. You still got your birthday coming up, Dante.
Oh shit, man, yeah. What are we doing?
I don't know, guys.
Oh, come on, we gotta go all out this year.
There's still the Mermaid Fest.
Yeah, you know there's gonna be hella ragers that night. Plus, it's a parade with naked bitches.
Alright.
What they are?
They're not naked.
They're practically naked. I mean, throw enough money up there, surely they'll pop a titty or two out of the seashell cups.
There'll be children in Eric.
Yeah, they Google that shit for free.
Guys, what if we get another watch party?
Zion and Eric look at Dante.
See?
I know we already tried it, but I just don't feel good about him out there by himself.
Cops are already looking for him.
You just said they haven't found anything.
There's nothing more we can do.
Look, I'm not saying we go by ourselves. You could get people from your student ministry, Eric, and Eric has guys from the frat.
Where would we look that we haven't already?
What about the waters?
They already checked by the
No, in the water.
Why would we look in the water?
I don't know. I just had this dream last night where I was drowning and then there was this giant fish and it tried to eat me and
Dante sees the look of concern on both Eric and Zion, cutting himself off. Dax nuzzles against Dante. Dante picks him up.
I don't know why I thought about it, but it made me think of this.
I'm gonna go to the shower before class. Let's go.
Eric closes his bedroom door.
I didn't mean to.
I know, man.
I guess I also gotta wash up.
But we gotta leave for class in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Dante carries to the bedroom and closes the door while he goes to the bathroom and closes the door behind him. Interior apartment bathroom continues. The showers leak hard water, steaming as it hits Dante's body. He washes over the bite mark scar on his shoulder and the claw marks scarring on his back. Flashes from the nightmare bleed into the memories of drowning. The voice of the anglerfish ring out in his mind.
You won't escape me again.
He gets out of the shower, gets dressed, and takes his antidepressant and anti-epileptic medication before leaving. Exterior University campus, morning. Dante and Zion walk to class at the university campus. Dante stares off in front of him until Zion bumps him.
Good?
Yeah. Sorry about earlier. I didn't mean to figure all about whatever that.
It's cool. That dream was a little freaky though. You wanna talk about it?
I shouldn't have brought it up.
You know, the prophets had some pretty crazy dreams at one time.
Please don't be saying I'm the next Messiah or something.
I'm saying maybe this isn't something you should brush off.
Look, I'm not the one who needs saving right now.
Everyone needs a little saving every now and then.
Can you lay off the preacher shit?
Zion cuts in front of Dante and they both stop walking.
Dee, I don't like to talk about that drowning incident, and I don't want to cry, and I pray for you, man. But you're telling us about this nightmare, and you don't want me to be concerned.
Fine, man. Really?
I don't want you to feel like you can't talk to us, because you can. And I know you want to save Marcus, I do too, but we can't be everyone at once. And we can't just run headfirst into things. We're not going to hold it.
Figured you'd say God watches over us and protects us or something.
We can light the way, but you gotta walk the path. And he saved our souls, but sometimes he can't even save us from ourselves.
Zion puts a hand on Dante's shoulder and they continue to walk until they enter the Blanco Hall of History. Interior Blanco Hall lecture room, morning. Dante and Zion find their seats, and as they sit down, Nora, 18, sits next to Dante, scanning him up and down.
I like his leather jacket.
Oh, thanks. It's my dad's, or was his.
Oh, did he pass away?
Oh, no, I mean, not sure where he went, but this is all he left behind. That and me and my mom, I guess. Thank you for the comment.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's fine. Happened so long ago. I Yeah, but I don't believe in that stuff.
So you don't know your sign.
Nope.
What's your birthday?
Why?
Humor me.
January 21st, 2003.
Nora inches closer, locking eyes with Dante. Dante is frozen, possibly fear, possibly arousal.
You're an Aquarius, so you're highly intellectual, but a bit stubborn at times. You can also be kind, creative, and generous because you're a dreamer and a defender.
Nora backs up, gets a journal out of her bag.
You were also born in the year of the water goat, which brings good luck, prosperity, and success.
I mean, that doesn't mean, it doesn't make it legit or anything.
See? Stubborn. Just like I said.
Zion stifles a laugh.
I'm Dante, by the way.
Nora. Sorry, I can't help but notice you have a...
Nora sees the bite mark scar on Dante's shoulder.
Oh yeah, just a birthmark.
Noted.
A door flies open, and Dr. Dickens, 55, wearing all black, including a black trench coat, a top hat, and a plague doctor mask, enters the lecture hall. He sets his leather bag by his desk, then takes off his hat and plague doctor mask to reveal an N95 underneath.
Never be too careful.
Dr. Dickens sets his hat and plague mask down and removes the N95 mask from his face.
Good morning, class. Welcome back to Religion in History. Now, I hope you all had a pleasant 3-day weekend, and I hope you've all come extra prepared for today's discussion.
He goes behind his desk to take off his trench coat and sets it on his chair.
Today, we will be comparing stories within the Bible and see the comparisons within real-world historical events. As soon as I can get this projector to work.
He starts at his computer and stumbles through the projector.
AJ, will you help me out here?
AJ, the TA, comes out of the front row and helps him set up the projector slides.
Thank you.
A student from the very back raises his hand.
Ah, yes, I see a hand in the back.
Dr. Dickens points at Beck Evans, 21, who has a Bible in his other hand.
Yeah, hi, Beck Evans, and I was just thinking.
Love critical thinking. Sorry, please continue.
Right, well, I just find what you said about comparing the Bible stories to real world events highly offensive and invalidating to my cultural and religious beliefs.
Of course. My mistake, Mr. Evans. Allow me to correct myself.
Beck lowers his hand and crosses his arms.
Today we will be discussing biblical stories and how they compare and contrast with other real-world historical events.
Nora raises her hand.
Yes, I see another hand. Your name?
Nora Blackwater.
Nora lowers her hand and turns to Beck.
And I'm just curious if the Bible is the only religious/mythological text that we are claiming is rooted in real-world history.
Excuse me, if I can just have everyone's attention back on me.
What did you say?
I do have some slides before we get into...
I'm simply asking for clarification. What about other scriptures? The Torah, the Quran, the Lakota have their own religious movement here as well. Are we not considering them?
Okay, let's just settle down.
Isaiah 45:5. I am the Lord, and there is no other. Apart from me, there is no other God.
Exodus 23, you shall have no other gods before me. Wouldn't that imply the presence of other gods, simply warding us off from the sun that threaten him?
My God is not afraid of anyone.
Okay, let's settle down.
Just because we all don't dance with a feather on our head, it makes smoke signals out of pig bones.
That is enough.
Everyone in the classroom freezes. Dr. Dickens takes a deep breath, regaining composure.
Mr. Evans, please see yourself out. Now.
Beck gets up and storms out of the class.
You too, Mrs. Blackwater.
Mr. Dickens.
Thank you.
Nora gets up and leaves. Dante slowly raises his hand.
Think very carefully before you speak, young man.
Yeah, my bad, that's supposed to be, Saint Dante.
Oh, I had something for the discussion, but I can wait.
No, go ahead.
All eyes are on Dante.
Book of James, chapter 4, verse 6. God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. You see a lot of empires fall due to the pride of many of their rulers. Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hitler, Stalin, and very much how Lucifer was cast from heaven. So too did the self-righteous. I think with Isaiah and Exodus, there's something to say about pride being an idol, in and of itself, not to worship. because they probably felt like a god more than anyone should, and having that kind of pride would naturally lead to opposition.
What was your name, young man?
Dante McCallum, sir.
You know your stuff, Mr. McCallum.
I guess I do.
Everyone's phones ring out through the class. Students start looking around until someone screams.
Dead body!
What?
Everyone freaks out, immediately takes out their phone. Dante sees the title, Dead Body in Spring Lake. Dante opens the post and unblurs the image to see the half-mauled body of Marcus Sanders.
Marcus.
Dante gets up and sprints out of the class.
Mr. McCallum,
Dante slams through the doors. Zion gets up to catch up.
wait!
Zion slips past through the doors. Dr. Dickens looks back at the class.
Class dismissed.
End of Act 1. Act 2. Exterior, Spring Lake, day. Police border off the crime scene as crowds form by the lake. Dante and Zion arrive and weave their way through the mob to get up front. Divers emerge from the lake with a body bag. Dante clocks Sheriff Lawson, 50, debriefing the other investigators on the scene.
We got the call 8:35 this morning. The victim matches the profile of 19-year-old Marcus Sanders, who was recently reported missing yesterday around 10:38 p.m.
Sheriff Lawson!
Sheriff Lawson sees Dante.
Excuse me, one moment.
Sheriff Lawson goes to Dante.
Dante,
It's Marcus, isn't it? What happened?
I can't discuss this right now.
Is it?
Sheriff Lawson looks past Dante and sees Eric.
Dad?
I'm sorry, boys. We'll be in contact soon.
Sheriff Lawson returns to the investigators. Dante and Zion look back to see Eric move up to them.
It's all my fault. Eric, you couldn't.
I was there.
Dante comforts Eric, arm around his shoulder.
Come on, let's go.
Dante looks back at the body bag before leaving. Interior apartment bedroom, evening. Dante lays in his bed, scrolling through old photos on his phone with him and all the boys together. Dax nuzzles up against him, purring next to his side. Dante grabs Dax and heads to the kitchen. Interior apartment kitchen, continuous. Dante carries Dax into the kitchen, catching Eric taking a swig from a bottle of Jack Daniels. Eric freaks out and closes the bottle, hiding it behind his back.
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing, man?
Nothing. You need cat food or something?
Eric rifles through and hides the whiskey in the far back.
I think I need you to lay off the whiskey you have.
Dude, I was just a swig. No big deal.
Eric tosses Dante the tin of cat food.
Look, I know you're carrying a lot of guilt right now. And I know I may not know exactly what you're feeling.
No, you can't. Just maybe back the fuck off.
They stand face to face until Eric's phone buzzes. He picks it up.
Yeah. Okay. We're heading out. Bye.
He hangs up.
Duty calls.
Can you get Zion?
No, I'm gonna fuck off. You can get him.
Eric scoffs before moving to Zion's door and pounds on it.
Come on, we gotta go.
Zion opens the door.
Good.
Yeah, it's whatever. Come on.
I'll drive.
No, I'll drive.
Eric?
What?
Eric towers over, but Dante holds his ground.
What's going on?
Eric can't hold a gaze and gives in.
Fine, you drive.
Dante sets Dax down and heads out the door, followed by Zion, and Eric closes the door behind him. Interior Sheriff's Office, continuous. Sheriff Lawson sits in his office, looking over the medical examiner's reports. Eric knocks on the open door before coming in.
Go on and shut the door.
Eric closes the office door behind him.
Dad,
Sit down, son.
Eric sits in front of the sheriff's desk.
what's wrong?
I need you to tell me what you remember from that night.
I already told you. We were practicing swings out in the intramural fields. You went to go get the ball. Mom called me, and then he was gone. Then I called you
And you didn't see anybody else in the area?
until you showed up.
Sheriff gets up and comes around his desk to Eric.
Son, do you know how this looks on you?
You can't be saying, are you fucking serious?
Lower your voice.
Dad! I searched for him that night.
I know, but I'm telling you that you were the last person he was with before he went missing, and the lab results didn't come back with any other distinguishable fingerprints.
Dad, I didn't kill him.
You need to be 100% honest with me.
What makes you say I haven't been?
Why did your mother call you?
She thought I was out on the square or something.
Any reason she think that?
I'm getting at.
God damn it, son! I can smell it on your breath from here.
Sheriff gets up and goes back to his desk.
I need you to start telling the truth. I don't want to have to put you back in that cell like last time. I'm trying to protect you.
There's nothing I can say to make you believe me.
Eric gets up and swings open the office door. Interior outside sheriff's office, continuous. Dante and Zion sit in chairs right outside the door. Eric storms out, passing them both.
Come on, let's go.
Hang on. Dante? A word?
Dante gets up and goes into his office as Eric slumps into a chair next to Zion. Interior sheriff's office, continuous. Sheriff Lawson returns to his desk as Dante sits in the chair in front.
Sheriff, I can assure you, he was out with Marcus that night, and he was the first person to let us know he went missing after he called you.
I know, Dante. Thank you. But that's not what I brought you in here for.
What's wrong?
You remember what happened that night you drowned?
I'm sorry.
What do you recall from that incident?
I mean, all I remember was I had a dizzy spell, fell into the water hard. Next thing I knew, you dragged me out.
Did you ever find out what caused that scar on your back?
Not really. Why?
Autopsy report came back and it said the body had particular marks on his back. They look very similar.
Sheriff Lawson pulls the medical examiner's report out and gives it to Dante. Dante sees the file, indicating the same markings on the body that he has.
I'm sorry, Sheriff Lawson. I don't know.
Alright, well, if you remember anything, give us a call.
Yes, sir.
You're free to go.
Thank you.
Dante gets up and leaves the office. Sheriff Lawson looks back at the report, studying the marks. Interior Blanco Hall lecture room, morning. Students pack their bags and start leaving.
Don't forget to look over chapters 9, 10, and 12 for next week's lecture.
Dante grabs his bag and turns to Zion.
I'll meet you outside in a second.
Zion nods and walks out. Dante walks over to Dr. Dickens.
Hey, Dr. Dickens.
Hello there. Dante, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm about last class. I'm sorry for leaving like that.
Oh, don't be. After everything, I would imagine news like that sprung upon anyone would have given anyone a moment of panic.
Yeah. He was a friend.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Is there anything I can do for you? You know there are services on campus.
I just thought I should let you know why I left the way I did.
Well, if you ever need anything, please let me know. If you need to take some time, I understand. And should we need to, we can work something out.
Thanks.
Dante leaves, and Nora finds him outside the class doors.
Hey,
Hey,
everything okay?
the body they found a few days ago. He was one of my close friends.
God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm still kind of processing everything.
Yeah, no, I can't even imagine what you're going through right now.
Thanks.
Hey, I know this probably isn't the best time to ask, but since I wasn't in class last time, I was hoping we could share notes or...
Yeah, sure.
Cool, thanks. Did I get your number?
Yeah.
Dante and Nora exchange numbers.
Great, thanks. And if you need anyone to talk to, you can just text me.
I appreciate it.
Hey, your birthday's coming up soon, right? January 21st?
Remember,
Any big plans?
my buddies want to go out, but I'm not really feeling it.
Mermaid Fest is tomorrow. Maybe it might be a nice little distraction from, everything else.
Yeah, I guess it would.
And I guess I'll see you there.
Cool. See you then.
See ya.
Nora leaves. Zion comes up to Dante.
Look at you, man.
She just asked for notes.
And you need to take note on what I really want.
Whatever. Come on.
Zion and Dante head out. Interior apartment bedroom, night. Dante lies on his bed with Dax, who nuzzles up against him. He stares at the ceiling until he drifts away to sleep. Exterior, the midnight zone, dream, midnight. Flashes of the same nightmare mixed with memories of drowning in dark water. A visage of a young girl with blue-green skin swimming in the water appears in front of him. Her eyes glow before she twitches, and a bowl of light appears, shifting into the anglerfish snapping at him.
There you are, little fish.
What are you?
I am the shadow that grows around the universe, and you will not escape me again.
Dante tries to swim away, but the anglerfish bites down again, snapping Dante awake. Exterior, the square, afternoon. The streets hang up aquatic-themed banners saying, "Welcome to the 72nd Annual San Marcos Mermaid Festival." As music fills the air, vendors set up tents and sell seashell and crystal jewelry, while little kids run around and laugh with mermaid makeup and painted pirates on their faces. Dante and Zion shuffle through the jam-packed streets, shouting over the chaos.
You see Eric anywhere?
No, he said he had to meet up with his dad or something.
For what?
Not sure, but he'll be back. He ain't missing out on today. Speaking of which, where's that girl you were talking about?
What?
I said, where is that?
Dante bumps into Nora.
Hi. Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Nora wears a radiant purple sequin dress with blue-green jeweled earrings and a silver tiara.
Wow, you look really festive.
Thanks. I see you got the same denim on.
Oh, Nora, this is Zion. We grew up together and we live over at the Chapel Point Apartments. Zion, Nora.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Let's go somewhere quieter.
They all move to the corner of the square.
Which way?
Agreed. Dante said you two ever mix.
Yep, me, him, Eric, and Marcus.
Until, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry again about your friend.
Thank you.
Zion looks around.
I'm gonna see if I can round up some food and maybe find Eric.
Sure.
Yeah, man. It's cool. I'll catch up to you in a bit.
Zion winks at Dante before heading off.
He seems nice.
Oh yeah, he's great. I meant to say earlier that you look really nice.
Thank you. Shall we?
Dante and Nora walk together through the street market.
Have you ever gone to these before?
Not in a while. I mean, I went to them when I was younger. I think the last time was when I was 12.
My mother and I used to go to these all the time when I was little.
Nora sees a tent with a sign up front saying free palm readings.
Ooh, I love these. Come on, let's go.
She grabs Dante by the hand and yanks him along to the palm reading tent. An old woman greets customers to her table, littered with crystals and tarot cards.
Hello there, child. You seem very eager to see your future today.
Oh wow, she didn't even touch your hand yet. She's good.
Come on, don't be like that, birthday boy. Just try it.
I don't know about this.
Please.
Okay.
Dante and Nora sit down at the palm reader's table. She holds out her hand for Nora. Nora lays her hand on the palm reader's. She traces her fingers over Nora's hand.
I see that you have great health and will have an abundance of wealth. You will also be expected to be in love in your near future.
The palm reader smiles over at Dante. Nora looks over to see Dante turning red.
Now let me see yours, young man.
Sorry if I don't moisturize enough.
The palm reader holds out her hand, to which Dante hesitates before laying his palm face up and open. Nora studies the tracing of the old woman's finger on Dante's palm.
You have overcome many obstacles in your life. You test it again.
Dante looks over to Nora.
When will this be?
Wait, there's something else. You have something within you that you must overcome. Something dark, dangerous.
What?
Dante's vision blurs as he falls to the ground. Exterior, the square, dream, night. Fire envelops the streets and cracks form from the earth. Smoke chokes the air as magma erupts from below. Children and families scream and run away. Dante looks around and gets immediately transported. Exterior, Sewell River, continuous. Dante sees the sea-green creatures on the ground, devouring bodies. He slowly approaches behind them and sees the bodies of him and all his friends. A muffled and distant voice rings out.
Dante,
The monsters turn back and see Dante. They get up to surround him, blood and foam mixing from their mouths and staining their piranha teeth. The voice cries out again.
Dante.
The creatures narrow in on Dante and lunge at him before he snaps back. Exterior, the square, noon. Dante, convulsing on the concrete, wakes up with a crowd of people all around him.
Dante, are you okay?
He looks around at the crowd surrounding him and jumps up to his feet.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Dante walks away from Nora, rushing past Zion and leaving the square. End of Act 2. Act 3. Interior apartment, afternoon. Dante unlocks the front door and stumbles his way through the apartment to the bedroom. Interior apartment bedroom, continuous. Dante lies down in his bed. Dax jumps up with him and starts to nuzzle up against him. Dante drifts off to sleep. Exterior, the midnight zone, dream, midnight. Dante floats in a sea of nothingness. A bowl of
Wait!
The anglerfish stops moving in its tracks.
What hubris have you developed to think you could even halt me in my hunger?
What do you want from me?
You were mine for the taking. You think you could enter into my domain and evade my ruling?
What does that even mean?
I am the devourer of stars. I have existed for aeons, long before the conception of life. I have made gods wither and beg, and if you think a minuscule and inconsequential speck like yourself could escape my wrath, then I will remind you that you are not long for this world. You will meet the same fate as your friend did.
What? What do you mean? What have you done to Marcus?
The anglerfish opens his jaw, but Dante gets yanked back through the pressurized water and snaps away. Interior apartment bathroom, afternoon. Dante wakes up on the bathroom floor. Dante splashes water on his face, but the flashes of vision keep resurfacing in his mind. Screams, smoke, the agony replay throughout his head. He turns off the faucet and steps out. Interior apartment, continuous. Dante opens the door, and Dax nuzzles up against him to comfort him. Then Zion opens the door to see Dante on the floor with his cat.
Okay, what the heck is happening?
Think I had another seizure?
Do I need to call somebody?
No, I think I'm good.
Look, let's just get you to a hospital.
Zion reaches for his phone in his pocket.
Don't!
Zion freezes and looks back at Dante.
I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Dante gets up and picks up Dax.
Since the beginning of this week, I keep on having these visions flashing in my head.
Dante strokes Dax's fur.
I don't know what they mean, but I feel like something bad is gonna happen. First Marcus, now me.
Zion grabs Dante by the shoulders.
Nothing is gonna happen to you.
Dante gathers his thoughts again.
Did you find Eric?
No, not yet.
We need to find him.
Alright. We go.
Zion calls Eric. Interior, the tap room, continuous. Eric's phone buzzes while he's having a shot of whiskey. He pulls it out of his pocket and sees his phone buzz with Zion's name on it. He looks at it, hangs up, and stuffs it back in his pocket. A bunch of the other frat guys pull Eric out, and they all leave together. Interior apartment, continuous. Zion looks at his phone, seeing Eric not picking up.
We gotta go.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna grab a jacket and keep calling.
Zion leaves for his room, calling Eric again and again. Dante feels his phone vibrate in his pocket. Phone reads, Nora Blackwater. He answers.
Hey,
Exterior, square. Interior apartment, continuous.
Hey, is everything okay? I tried to call earlier, but you weren't picking up.
yeah, I'm sorry. I just thought he needed to lie down.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you're alright.
Yeah, I think I am. Sometimes I have these epileptic episodes that sneak up on me.
Dante moves to the cabinet to get cat food.
Oh god.
Yeah, just had to head back. I'm all good. I'm sorry for ditching you like that.
No, it's alright. I'm just glad you're okay. I've been worried.
I'm afraid I can't come back down exactly because now we're looking for our other roommate.
Dante sets Dax on the ground and opens the cat food onto the floor dish.
Wait, another roommate is missing?
He's not picking up his calls, so hopefully he's okay. Probably out drinking or something.
Okay, there's a lot of that going on right now.
I gotta go, but hope we can meet up again soon and finish hanging out.
Yeah, I'd like that. Hope you find your other roommate.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.
Dante hangs up, and Zion comes back out with a jacket.
Did you find out where he is?
No, but I know his frats run a huge part of it.
Great, let's go.
Dante and Zion head out. Interior, Dante's car, continuous. Dante drives through the streets with Zion in the passenger seat, still calling for Eric.
It's going straight to voicemail now. Maybe his phone died.
Maybe he doesn't want us to find him.
Look out!
Dante slams the brakes, screeching to a stop as roadblock signs block off the street.
What the hell?
It must be time for the mermaid parade.
They see the beginning of the parade from down the street. Zion's phone dings with a notification.
Yo, check this out.
Zion pulls out a post about Mermaid Madness After Party. Get wet, get nasty, get fucking wasted at Gamma Omega Delta on Old Ranch Road 12. BYOB, girls get in free, guys pay $5 entry fee. 18 plus.
That's his boys, ain't it?
Yeah.
The parade gets closer, 1 block away from the car.
Fuck it.
Dante slams on the gas pedal and blasts through the signs, weaving in front of the parade.
Dude, are you crazy?
You don't know the half of it.
Exterior, outside the frat house, evening. Dante and Zion park outside the frat house in Gamma Omega Delta. They stride up to the entrance, but get shoulder checked by Beck at the front door.
Yo, you got an invite, bro?
Eric's her invite.
Dante tries to move past him, but Beck stops him with one arm.
I don't think so, man.
I don't have time for this. Move or get moved.
Dante smacks Beck's arm away and gets up impersonal. Zion separates the two of them.
Hey, break it up. We don't gotta do this. Look, man, we're just worried about it. Can we just pop in for a bit to make sure he's alright?
Fine. You can. But your friend here can wait outside.
Dante breaks through, grabs Beck by the collar, and pins him against the doorframe.
Do you know what kind of fucked up shit I've seen this week? Now they waiting for you on the other side, motherfucker. You get fucked up, anglerfish ready to eat your ass.
Dude, what the fuck?
Dude, lay off.
Zion pulls Dante off of Beck.
Cool it, dude.
Dante rips away from Zion, taking lead into the house.
Sorry about that, man. He's had a rough week.
Beck can't move. Zion takes off. Interior frat house, continuous. Dante swerves through the sea of drunken students while Zion tries to pull him aside.
Dude, what was all that?
Don't worry about that.
You can't just blow up on me like that, man.
Let's just find Eric and get out.
Zion stops Dante.
What's been going on with you lately?
Look, I'll explain everything later. Right now, we just need to get Eric.
Dante hears heavy strumming and slurring through words. Dante and Zion see a drunken Eric playing the guitar around other people while sinking deeper and deeper into a beanbag.
Well, I got friends in places.
Eric sees Dante and Zion staring at them and gets up.
Hey guys, glad you could make it to the party.
We tried calling you, man. We thought something happened to you.
Please, I'll fucking rock somebody's shit before they even step up to me.
Come on, we're going.
God, you sound just like my dad.
Better meet him finding out, Eric. What the fuck, man?
Save your fucking spiel, man. Marcus is fucking dead.
Eric called out.
What? I'm just saying. There are much worse things going on the my drinking dependency.
Let's get you home.
I'm fine right here. Why don't you two loosen the fuck up? What's your fucking lives? It'll just kick the fucking bucket, Sandman.
Dante punches Eric, knocking him back into the beanbag. Zion grabs Dante to restrain him.
Deke, stop!
Dante rips away from Zion.
He wants to stay here? Let him.
Dante starts walking, but notices Zion not moving.
You coming?
Zion stands still.
Fine. Call me when he needs a ride.
Dante walks out and leaves the frat house. Zion helps Eric up on his feet from the beanbag.
Come on, man, let's get you some water.
Zion walks Eric to the kitchen. Interior frat house kitchen, continuous. Zion gives Eric a red solo cup of ice water.
Thanks.
No worries.
Eric drinks the water and puts the cup to his face.
Sorry about what I said earlier. I understand. You keep your shit together.
I don't. For real, I'm serious. Life's a mess. It's all about putting one foot in front of the other.
Eric takes another drink.
Whenever my father would get up on the pulpit, he could really put on a show. Talking about strength through God and to be strong during times of trouble. The truth was, he wasn't always like that. He used to be a heavy drinker. I remember catching him a couple of times and my mom would get so mad.
Yes, you was.
I also remember a few times where I would hear him cry. One time was for the death of my grandmother. Other time was when officers came in and told us my brother had died overseas.
Zion clasps on Eric's shoulder.
It's not always easy. You can't always be strong, but that doesn't mean you give up trying.
Zion brings Eric in and they both hug.
Thank you. I'm right here for you, brother.
They break away, and Eric keeps sipping on water. Exterior, the square, continuous. Dante trudges through the streets of the square as people go in and out of bars and clubs. He sits at a bench with his head in his hands. Nora sees him and sits next to him.
Dante?
Dante looks up to see Nora.
Hey,
What's wrong?
Eric, my other friend, he was getting wasted at some frat house. Don't want to talk about it.
Just ditched y'all for some party?
Pretty much.
The shitty thing to do on your birthday.
I might have punched him in the face.
Oh, well that's kind of far.
I don't know. I think he's just been racking with so much guilt with Marcus and everything.
It's your friend too.
Still, shouldn't have lost it on him. What about you? What you been doing?
Oh, my friends fucking ditched me too.
Sorry to hear that.
It's whatever. Who needs it, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, I got an idea to cheer you up for your birthday. Come on.
Nora grabs Dante's hand and brings him along.
Where are we going?
You'll see.
Interior frat house, continuous. Zion gets out his phone.
Ready to get out of here?
Yeah, come on.
Zion goes through his contacts until two girls stop by.
Hi, we saw you from across the room and thought you were really cute. I'm Sierra.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
Y'all don't have like boyfriends we gotta explain ourselves to.
You're so funny. Well, feel free for taking if you'd like to take this somewhere else.
Oh, we were actually about to head out too.
Great. Where's
Probably home. Get this one to bed.
Hey, Ken.
I got a better idea.
Sierra grabs Zion's hand and Savannah grabs Eric's hand.
Follow us.
Where are we going?
Their eyes glow and hypnotize Eric and Zion.
I mean, I'm definitely free.
Me too.
Perfect.
End of Act 3. Act 4. Exterior, Pyramid Park, night. Nora brings Dante to the edge of the steps. They both sit by the water.
Isn't this a nice change of scenery? Away from all the noise and everything?
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not as crowded as it usually is.
And look, you can kind of look at the stars tonight.
Oh yeah? Are you able to see your astrology up there?
Not from here, no.
You know, I actually heard NASA uses astrological signs to section off different regions of space.
Really?
Yep. So I guess they do serve a purpose.
Nora lightly shoves Dante.
Whatever.
They both laugh.
Dave, why don't we jump in?
Dante gets up and takes off his denim jacket.
Wait, what?
Yeah, why not?
I don't see any swimsuit
It's
garage.
my birthday. I'm going in my birthday suit.
He takes off his shirt, jeans, and jumps in the river in his underwear.
Come on, the water's nice.
You crazy.
You don't know the half of it.
Nora stares in disbelief, then gets up to throw off her shirt and jeans, jumping in after him in her underwear too. She resurfaces, grabbing onto Dante for support.
God, it's freezing.
They both look at each other. The midnight river ripples as Dante moves the hair out of Nora's eyes. They meet each other's gaze. Nora takes her fingers and laces them through around the back of Dante's head. She pulls him into a kiss. They pull each other closer and closer, wading in the water until Nora breaks away.
I need to tell you something.
What?
Hey, Nora.
Sierra and Savannah arrive at the top of the stairs with Zion and Eric at their command.
Seems like you got started without us.
Who are they?
They're the friends that ditched me earlier.
Ditched you? You were the one who decided not to show up to play with your little boys right here.
What are they talking about?
It's nothing. Please don't keep this in front of him.
Do what? Why are you my friends?
He looks very aware of the situation we're in. Maybe put him to sleep for a little bit?
Nora turns to Dante.
What's going on here?
I'm sorry.
Her eyes glow and reflect off of Dante's gaze.
Did your eyes just chill for a second?
What? You shouldn't be awake right now.
Just kill him already!
What?
Wait in the water, boys.
As you wish.
Zion and Eric trudge to the water and wait.
What the fuck is this?
Nora grabs his head and runs her fingers through his hair.
I'm sorry.
Nora's body transforms into a sea green scaled siren.
I knew you'd say something familiar, but I wanted to spare you the pain.
Nora bites down hard with jagged teeth. Sierra and Savannah transform into sirens as well and lunge after Zion and Eric, who don't fight back. Dante pushes her away and swims to hit back the other two sirens.
You don't need to wake the fuck up.
Dante awakens Eric and Zion. From there,
Where are we?
What the fuck is happening?
No time, just go!
Zion and Eric get out of the water, but Sierra and Savannah grab Dante to drag him away.
D!
Dante,
Zion and Eric grab Dante's arms.
Go, get out of here!
hang on,
We
man.
got you!
Sierra pulls them back into the water, takes her claws, and rips out Dante's throat.
No!
Sierra takes a bite and leans into Dante's ear.
I see why Nora liked you. She's better than your friend before.
Sierra lets Dante's body float down the river before Nora grabs.
No, please don't go.
Dante looks at Nora's body, bloody face, as he dies in her arms. Exterior, the Midnight Zone, dream, midnight. Dante falls deeper into the black water. He opens his eyes to see nothing but an endless void of darkness. Then a bolt of light appears.
There you are.
child.
I want to make a deal.
The anglerfish stops in its tracks, staring with its massive, dilated pupils.
What could a mortal like you possibly offer me?
The one thing you could never receive here. The vessel.
What for?
To kill the monsters that killed me and to make sure my friends that are still alive stay that way.
The anglerfish ponders.
Very well. Under one condition.
Name it.
The anglerfish gets eye to eye with Dante.
I am in full control. My hunt, my kill. Do we have a deal?
Dante thinks it over, then nods.
Deal.
The bulb of the anglerfish touches Dante's forehead and glows until they both vanish from the darkness around them. Exterior, Pyramid Park, continuous. Sierra and Savannah stalk Eric and Zion, climbing out of the water.
Two down, two up. I felt big in your dreams.
Sierra turns over her shoulder.
Nora, can you get a bite over here? That body's past its prime already.
Nora doesn't look away from Dante's body.
Oh wow, more for us then.
In Nora's arms, Dante glows a white light sigil on his forehead as he rapidly heals from his wounds.
Dante?
Dante wakes with blacked out eyes and grabs Nora by the throat. Sierra and Savannah turn back.
He's alive? No, I killed him. How does he?
Dante turns his head to see the other two sirens and throws Nora at them.
Dante, what the fuck?
Dante darts out of the water and faces the sirens. Sierra and Savannah start attacking while Nora transforms back to her human form and moves to Zion and Eric.
You two should leave now.
We're not going anywhere without him.
Maybe we just wait for him at a distance. He seems like he's got it.
Eric brings Zion up to the top of the stairs. Sierra and Savannah slash at Dante's face and body, which oozes black ichor from the cuts and rapidly heals up after.
My turn.
His hands turn into shadowy claws. He grabs one siren by the throat and plunges his hand in the stomach of the other. He drains their life energy until they both wither away, and Dante throws their body back in the river.
Dante,
A sharp pain strikes her chest. Nora gasps for air as claws have pierced her heart.
sorry.
The claws pull out, and Nora reverts back into a siren.
Our deal is finished.
The spirit of the anglerfish leaves Dante's body, and the blacked out eyes return to normal brown as he sees Nora dying in front of him. With her final breath, she falls back into the ocean, and her body dissolves into sea foam.
Dante!
Dante gets fatigued and falls backwards, but Zion and Eric catch him.
Whoa, man, we got you.
What happened? Are y'all?
Easy. We're all good.
Dante catches his breath.
You possessed by a demon or something?
Much worse than that. I'll explain later when we get back.
Interior apartment kitchen, midnight. Dante, Zion, and Eric sit at the countertop table of the kitchen in dry clothes.
So just so I understand everything, the ones that killed Marcus were a bunch of sea monsters.
Correct.
And Nora was one of them too?
Yeah.
And they killed you, but you came back because you made a deal with a death fish, or whatever, to save us.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a drink after that.
Eric gets up and pours himself a shot of whiskey.
So what happens now?
I don't know.
Just put one foot in front of the other. I see.
So, did you see anything else when you died? Any angels or demons or anything like that?
All I know is if they're real, they're not alone.
Well, that's a comforting thought to think about. It's late at night. I think I'm gonna call it here.
Eric goes to his room in the apartment. Eric closes his bedroom door behind him.
You okay?
Yeah. Just a bit of a headache. Having the embodiment of death in your brain doesn't feel too great.
Well, get some rest. You deserve it.
Thanks. Night.
Zion and Dante go to their rooms. Interior apartment bedroom, continuous. Dante gets in bed as Dax jumps on the bed with him and nuzzles up against him. Dante hugs Dax and snuggles up with him until they fall asleep. Exterior, midnight zone, dream, midnight. Dante suspends in the eternal abyss with the anglerfish of death in front
Please just don't kill my friends.
You seem to misunderstand. I don't decide who lives or dies.
What?
When some of you die, I just hunt who I can find. I'm not going to end you here.
What do you mean?
You've proven to be useful. I think I'd like to keep you around. Have you make it easier to hunt.
That wasn't part of our deal.
I'm willing to renegotiate. After all, you will need my services for what's to come.
More what?
There are more creatures than the sirens of the deep that stalk in your world. If you want to keep your friends safe, I could help you with that. You provide me with sustenance.
And if I say no?
You are one with everything to lose. I was able to see your visions, and it will come if you do nothing. There are more things deadlier than I in your world.
Exterior, Spring Lake, night. A siren pokes her head above the water, with more popping up behind her. Interior Sheriff's Office, continuous. Sheriff Lawson goes through the file of Marcus Sanders, sticks in the classified files in the file cabinet. Interior House of Dr. Dickens, continuous. Dr. Dickens writes before closing up his book and turning off a lamplight that shines his glowing red eyes. End of episode.
That was fucking fantastic. Y'all really about those characters a lot. I mean, that's, yeah, that was amazing. Yeah,
First of all, if y'all want to head out, you're more than welcome to.
Y'all did a great job. Y'all did awesome. Thank you.
now we get to the fun part. Thank you.
Is that one of y'all's first?
No,
That's mine.
Oh, okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all did a great job.
Thank you.
I wish I could stop her.
You gotta see me as a cook.
Yeah, again, we'll just go straight into it. Look, I would love to hear some of y'all's like first thoughts about this whole script. Now, how you write it all together, all the way through together. Yeah, love to start there. I guess.
It was a lot more fun hearing people's voices than just reading it myself, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's a cool combination of like the Wednesday show and like going even further and like even more mature. And I feel like it, like the magic and the creatures, like are being explored so much. I feel like more so than any other like magical creature shows I've seen. I like that.
Thank you so much. Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah, I really like how like deep the like creature like lore seems to go, and how you tie it so closely into the environment. I think that's like huge for this. But then you also bring up like very like familiar archetypes within each of like the monsters. Like the first thing I think it was the like the hypnotism and stuff, and like you know that whole moment was like it felt very familiar, but just like that take on it was very fresh. And I think those were a lot of the same.
Yes.
I think, I don't know, there's just something about like this being set in San Marcos. It's like all of us, like we know that this town like does have like that weirdness over it. I feel like everyone kind of does, but like this just like leans into it like so hard, and I think that's so cool. And
Yeah, I really feel like this couldn't work if it wasn't set in San Marcos.
Right.
So very closely, I tied that identity that San Marcos has.
it's like San Marcos is like college town, but it also has like that kooky like that like I don't know, it has that kooky I don't know
the
how they're.
esotericism.
Yeah.
Yeah. The zip code is 78666.
Yeah.
It's got, that's why it's called Deviltown. That's how I got the name, because someone would have said it's Deviltown. I'm like, that's, my God, that explains this down so much. And also reading the, yeah, I really gotta give it up for the town, just to give me all this source material to work with. Yeah.
I'm really interested in Nora as a character, and I hope she's not dead for real.
Yeah.
In episode 2.
Yeah. Honestly, there were a lot of avenues I wanted to explore. I think in the earlier draft, she did survive. She was like the one that kind of got away and come back, and maybe like with the other sirens and such. I honestly don't know, because I remember like having her being like a recurring character, like the one that introduces like Dante to this like environmental, like supernatural part of St. Marcus. Kind of be like his guide in less of a sense, but then also like having Deathfish and having Nora's. Yeah, I'm still playing around with it, and I would love to like bring that character like throughout the series, for sure. Yeah.
I think, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask about like Marcus and like Marcus dying.
Yeah.
'Cause when I was picturing like, just like I was trying to visualize things like me watching this as an episode.
Yeah.
I think as an audience member, I would feel like his best friends are like not like heartless, but I feel like there's not enough like
Yeah.
weight to like.
Yeah, I know.
It felt like it would have been, it would have just, like the amount of energy Marcus just being missing would have been enough for us to justify like how we were reacting, like our characters.
Yeah.
Because I think like a mauled like friend was just a bit much for like how we were talking. So I think the whole plot needs to go there. Like I don't think. I think as an audience member, I'd be distracted if like we were still talking about like, oh, you like got that girl's number, or especially like 10 minutes earlier in the episode, like it was like, whoa, like my roommate like got mauled in half. So
So we got birthday.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I did feel like a hard time trying to like carry, like not having it just so focused on like the sorrow and grief, but also trying to find that like balance. But I totally agree. I think like even just like having him just go missing and just maybe there is like would be enough, like you said. Yeah.
And just maybe including ways that we like feel his absence, even though we don't get to know him as a character, but we can still feel his absence in his friends' lives in some way.
Yeah.
So if we could have maybe some kind of references to Mark.
Especially if they spend so much time in the apartment that they all know
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, maybe they're left with all this stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Missing posters everywhere, and then.
Yeah.
Maybe his mom shows up to get his stuff.
Yeah.
God, it's now just hit me how much I don't talk about Marcus. Like I talk about him, but I don't like really like talk about him like in the world. So thank you. Yeah, that's
It also like during the climax of the episode, it would be interesting to like that's when like the friends find out that Marcus like got killed like
Right.
by the
Oh yeah.
what are they called?
The sirens. Yeah.
By the sirens. That would be like a pretty pretty intense. Also, like something I was super interested in is that anglerfish.
Yeah.
Like so like how that's gonna end up going with like I guess this sort of possession thing, like they're kinda like the two characters in one body type of thing going on. That seems pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like Venom.
Yeah.
They both talk at the same time,
Yeah. I think Venom was kind of
And like a brief moment of confusion for me was just the fact that the sirens are water creatures and then the anglerfish is also a water creature.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if they exist in the same like body of water, or if it's like a whole like separate plane of existence,
Yeah.
or if that gets explained later.
Right, yeah, I was leaning more towards like different planes of existence. When you said it was like a few, like, what ways do you think like made that more clear about like,
I guess once you mentioned like possession and stuff, how we needed a vessel, like made it more clear. But I was kind of like wondering like in like that kind of like fight scene, I'm like, why isn't the anglerfish like that? You know,
oh, like running out
but then after that we find out about possession.
To add to that,
Yeah.
weren't they like fighting in the river?
Yeah.
And then like it says that she floats away in the ocean.
Yeah, that was a miss, because I was thinking how it does go into the ocean, like down to Gulf of Mexico, yeah. I'm in for it there, so thank you. I already made a note of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. You have a lot of really good pieces that I do want explored. I think for me, like, I have a lot of those questions of like, how is this how is this story moving forward?
Yeah.
Marcus's body being found, raises the question of like, why was his body not completely eaten? And I need that explained to me. I will give you this. The anglerfish and the sirens acted as a really good red herring, because I was like, oh, this anglerfish is clearly what ate Marcus, and it has some sort of obsession with Dante. And so you did a good job of giving me a red herring until the sirens show up. So well done on that. I do think that kind of, let's see, like, it's not out of place with this script, but I did have that feeling of there are Deus Ex Machinas happening here. Which again, not out of the place for the script, but I think that I need to see a bit more of the anglerfish and like understand him, why he would even take up this deal before it happens.
Yes, yeah, I completely agree.
To add to that, maybe like the sirens, they drink the blood or eat the brain or eat the soul, like so they could have a body to find. Because like if they like meat or like the skin or whatever, flesh, then like there shouldn't be anything left, like you said.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Honestly, the more I think about it, the only reason I have like Marcus's body come up is to show that like maybe like that he fought back and
Yeah.
he was able to get, but that was all that was able to like escape.
Or like vampire rules, I mean, they say, that body's not good anymore, maybe once it's dead, you can't eat it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's possible.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't really have like any like strong definitive reasons for Marcus to show up other than for the characters to show up. But I agree with what like you're saying, like having that like kind of build up and not finding out about his death until very end. So
I know I brought her up before, but Nora, I just I just kind of feel like if she dies here, we're never gonna know why she's different.
right.
And I feel like that is something that we need to know, or it's just gonna be like a question forever.
I want to go back over here because I know you haven't been up for a while. I'm sorry.
I really enjoy your cold open. I did find it, like, as an audience member, it felt like Eric just assumed Marcus was missing. Like, because he just is like, oh, well, I'm just gonna follow the police.
Yeah.
Like, without searching. So I get that it's like, oh, because Eric's dad is Colin's dad, and that's very specific. But I think it would be more clear, like, of Eric's, like, love for Marcus if he searched after him. And then it could be just that.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just go ahead and
I was gonna ask about the timeline, like the cold open.
yeah.
I feel like if it's like a little bit before and like Marcus has been missing for a while, I feel like that also justifies like us not going on like SWAT or like search parties for him. Because we like genuinely, it has been like a long time. But also I was gonna talk about Nora, how I thought that was gonna go, or I guess it's just like an idea I had in mind at the end.
Yeah.
Was I felt like there was gonna be something introduced that like nerfs the anglerfish, and for some reason I thought it was gonna be Nora. Like somehow, I didn't think Nora was gonna die, but like Nora's powers didn't work on Dante, but then somehow like she could. I just don't know why the anglerfish doesn't like take over more power. Cause I can't see like why he's not just like fully possessing him yet. And I don't know if Nora could be something that does that, some type of power.
Yeah, always with supernatural creatures, I feel like as an audience member, I always need to know, okay, what exactly are they capable of? What exactly beats them? And like, it's really satisfying when you really know all the rules.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I was also gonna ask about, because I think right now it kind of seems like random killing, like with especially like with Marcus, but especially with it being Devil-Town, like 666. I wonder if we can lead into like almost like a character flaw of Marcus, like and like a sin of his, like leading to that happening. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think that could be like represented through like, so that the monsters and demons aren't just like randomly killing. It's like it creates another rule where it's like it's almost like justified. It's like Marcus.
Like only sinners kind of thing?
Well, it's like in my head with this and like with demons and all that, it's like a certain sin will be consequential in like this way and manifest in that way. Because I feel like that makes it where the sirens can't just like kill anyone.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's interesting because I did like, as I was trying to like flesh out these characters, I did try to like associate like a certain sin to like each of them.
Yeah.
Like Dante was sloth, and Zion was lust, but not for like love, like more of like what other people have that he did. And like Eric was like greed or like avarice or no, it was more blood. But yeah, no, I agree with the sense. I also thought about like instead of sirens, it's gonna be heartbeats, and that they prey on like drunk people who like
Like that's what I was like.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was gonna happen to Eric.
Yeah.
Like I kept seeing like this like sin, and even like his dad was like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "What did Eric do to like warrant this?"
Oh no, yeah. I also remember like I was going to start the pilot with La Llorona, like if y'all know like that. About like someone like kind of like the actions of like a drunken man like burning, like killing her children and killing her or something. Like vengeance. It was a vengeful spirit, and it was also going to coincide with like all the things going on in Downtown. Supernatural did that in their first episode. So that pissed me off so much because it wasn't even an actual La Llorona. They put it in California. They put it out in a made-up town in California. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to put that.
She was also, she's also beautiful.
I know, but still.
She was also beautiful. I don't know if you know that. That's the story I heard when I was a kid. Was like this beautiful woman that like would lure men into like a body of water.
Yeah.
And that's where she like drowned and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That was my original idea. What the siren's kind of been. Maybe I'll lead more into that and just say it's more of the like the siren kind of mentality or something like that.
I also had like a comment about the cold open because I also noticed that Eric like immediately called his dad and like Marcus was nowhere to be seen. I was like, that's interesting. Like I personally like I would never do that. So and like Eric is like really guilty throughout. Like so guilty. And I was like, I wonder if like it'd be interesting if he didn't like immediately call people and like perhaps Marcus could have been saved if like he called the cops or something. Like that's just an offer to hang the stakes a little bit for Eric's storyline.
To add to that, I think it'd add more weight too if there's just like this list of missing people in Devil's Town. You know, like he calls right away because he's like, Dad, I know there's like all these missing people, like so I don't want Marcus to be one of them.
Yeah. Oh, it was with Eric specifically. Because of the way that Eric is, it makes me naturally suspicious of this sheriff. I feel like whenever there's like any kind of like haunted child or just like disturbed child, I'm always like suspicious of. Yeah. So I don't know. There might be like an interesting like sins of the father, sins of the son type thing to play into there.
Yeah.
Or if you're not trying to make him suspicious at all, then maybe.
No, I mean like he does have some suspicion. Like he has a classified file folder of like other like kind of cases. I didn't make that clear enough. I think I didn't know how like to allude it too much, but like this isn't the first like supernatural case or whatever.
Yeah, I think you need to make that.
So is he not actually suspecting of?
Because he does say Dante like that scar. He does say that.
When he talks to Dante, I think you need to make it more clear that he thinks it's supernatural.
Yeah.
Because when I'm reading that, it made me think that he suspected Dante of like killing Marcus.
Maybe what attacked him, did it have glowing eyes or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think instead of like maybe all the suspicion like directed towards Eric, maybe it could be more of just like, did you see anything? Like I need to know like what you saw.
I see. Yeah.
Because no one's ever seen it.
Yeah, like what's Eric doing? More this.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he has like,
I didn't hear what was happening over here. What were you saying?
I just said, was it someone? Was it something? Like, I'm asking.
Gotcha. I see.
I was saying it's like Charlie Swanson.
Okay.
Bill Swanson.
Let's see. I definitely don't want to change any direction that you have with this. this, but I will bring up some of my thoughts with this because I am extremely engaged in supernatural. Like that is the sell of this. It is that it's going with the supernatural.
Yeah.
So after a certain point, I did have a thought in my head where I just went, Zion and Eric, can y'all just like shut up? I want to go back to like, you know, whatever crazy shit is happening right now. Not to say anything bad about actors, just, you know, just that like that moment of I feel like there is too much of a linger on like these characters, and by the end of it, you have a power of friendship moment with you know, like making this deal with the anglerfish and like let me protect my friends. But I think you need to heighten stakes. You have the eldritch happening here, and the primary stakes right now are my friends, which is a good personal stake.
Yeah.
But I think that you can absolutely up it, and you have it, you know, kind of pieced in here of like there are allegedly other gods at work.
Yeah.
That there is not just one god, but there are other gods that are all more dangerous, and it kind of sounds like vying for power. And I think that's where you can up the stakes here, and it's not going to remove anything about like what you have currently in this script. But I do want to toss out the idea of what if the supernatural or more like minions do something bigger? And if that is the case, what does that bigger thing want from, you know, eating markets, from, you know, collecting, you know, like young men to kill them, you know, things like that. I think I think if you can establish or even hint at the idea of, or more clearly hint at the idea of there is something even greater at play, then you have a hook for a show that will, one, really differentiate it from Supernatural, and two, will drive a lot of interest from people that are into like, you know, cosmic horror, eldritch horror, you know, things of that nature. You will lean more into the niche that you leaned into with this script.
To add to that, I thought the ending was really exciting. How the anglerfish is like bringing up like other gods and things more powerful than it. Because in the script you're like, oh shoot, like the anglerfish is like the most powerful thing out there, and then he goes, no dude, like you need me because there's more powerful things out there. And you're like, oh shit, that's kind of like really building up to something greater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of on the opposite side of that. I think, especially in this first episode, the pilot, like, I think you have to have like all like that big like supernatural world, a lot of stuff happening. But I think I would like to see like a lot more of that hidden, and then the characters being more the focus.
Yeah.
So I think that's more.
It's like them discovering it as the show goes along.
I think that's what the show is, especially in the pilot. I think it's like we're seeing like college students just really being able to be college students, and it's like there's a party, and it's like we're like really getting to see that. But then, like by the climax of the episode, that's when we get to at least see like a glimpse of a bigger world and be like, whoa, what is going on in this town? And then I think that's what gets me watching the whole series is like unfolding all of that rather than the whole. I don't think I need even like the anglerfish. I liked more seeing the dream where the anglerfish wasn't talking, and it was just like flames in the city, and it's just a lot less like talking from the anglerfish.
I was gonna say the same thing about the fish too. I actually think that it's it kind of loses its power when it like explains itself so much. You know, I really feel like that kind of like big eldritch being like why is it talking to this fucking guy? Like you don't have to unless it has like a very specific like motivation, like manipulation, you know. But I don't think it needs to talk to him all the time. I think that would, you know, yeah.
I think in my head, the motivation was that he escaped death once, and he was going to let him live. And that's all I have going on for it, so I do see your point.
I think it'd be really cool if there was a very limited amount of people who could take the anglerfish as the vessel, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, Nora couldn't like do that little eye thing.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really cool if like he just has like this power within him that like he could take the anglerfish as like being the vessel. Like other people would maybe die, you know, like right away or something.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think original like drafts, I tried to lose it more like the bite marks and the claw marks being the anglerfish itself, and like kind of like it would turn like black and kind of like lose a little bit. It was like a